Go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Two Fools in Fantasy Football. This is episode 7.
That's right. Good old
And today we're going to be talking about some league notable players on buys this week. We'll discuss your usual starters that you should probably sit this week. And we'll go over your bench players you should probably transfer to the starting lineup due to the matchups. As always, I'm Marty McFly. I'm sorry I missed y'all in the last episode. And with me, as always, is Tyler, the Uncool Fool Greer.
Hey, that's me, y'all. I am Tyler, the Uncool Fool Greer. We just want to get this out of the way, get it done. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Tell us to all your friends, your mom, your dad, everybody you know, any league you're in. Spread the word about us. We're the newest fantasy football guys here. We're two fools in fantasy football. So tell the world about us. We appreciate it. We're just getting started, so the more you tell, the better off, and we're going to give you lots of great information on this on episode number 7. And here's Marty to talk about the guys that you usually would start, but this week you're going to put on your bench. Marty.
Well, first we're going to talk about the news and notes.
News and notes. Sorry.
We're going to go over. So starting off this with some league news. Griffin was traded from the Cowboys to the Lions for a 2021 6th-round pick. Glad I got that off my chest. Glad I got that off my head.
Hey, you know, Matt Patricia and the Lions, I might give up like 5 yards less now a game running, so, you know, it might help.
True. Yes, 5 yards less would be good for them. And as of yet, there have been no repercussions handed down for the vicious hit on Andy Dalton by John Bostic. Something's got to change. Goodell, I know you're watching. Do something.
Yeah,
some signing notes today. We got Dez Bryant signed a 1-year deal with the Ravens. Oh. He has not played a game since 2007 with the Cowboys. He got signed by the Saints and tore his Achilles in practice. So he has not played a game since 2007. So be wary of him.
2017.
Good old Chris. Sorry, 2017, not 2007. I apologize.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin will be out this week after having surgery on his hand. Get a little surgery on his finger there. Kenyon Drake, who's going to be out a couple of weeks with a slight ligament tear in his ankle. So if you still got Chase Edmonds, start him. Yeah. And good news for all the number 1 picks in fantasy football this year, CMC, Christian McCaffrey, White Lightning, has been taken off IR. But I'm going to give you advice, don't drop Mike Davis just yet. Mike Davis is still going to play Thursday because Christian McCaffrey's not going to be ready to go on Thursday. He'll probably play the next Sunday. So just hold on to Mike Davis for 1 more week.
That's right. Thank you very much, Marty. This week we got 4 teams on buys. The first team we're going to talk about is the Arizona Cardinals. They have 2 very good players that are on buys this week. So if you have them, you're probably looking to replace them or fill their spots. The first one is Kyler Murray. He is the number 1 quarterback in all of fantasy. And his Robin, which is DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, as we all know, he came to Arizona in the David Johnson trade this year. He's been a great addition for Arizona, which we all expected. He's been killing it out there. So if you have those 2 guys this week in Arizona, they're on a buy. So we're going to give you some great guys to come in and fill their spots with this week. The second team on the buy is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have a couple guys who are significant on the team for fantasy purposes. Number 1 is James Robinson, the running back. He's absolutely crushing it. For the first 6 weeks, he had the most amount of yards gained by an undrafted rookie. So he's done very impressive things this year so far. Gardner Minshew is another one who is a quarterback who you can play depending on the weeks, depending on the matchups, all that stuff. So he's on a bye this week. And also, last but not least, DJ Chark. The guy who's got the best song last name in football is on a bye week too as well. The next team that is on a bye, the third team, is the Houston Texans. So if you have Deshaun Watson, David Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Will Fuller IV, you're looking for guys to replace them. They're on bye weeks this week. It's going to be a rough week if you have the link or if you have a David Johnson this week. So we're going to give you some guys to play this week while they're sitting out. And the last one is the Washington football team. There's only 2 guys on that who are really noteworthy on this one. That has Antonio Gibson, the running back, and Scary Terry McLaurin. So if you have those 2 guys, we're going to give you some subs as well, let you know who to play in for their absences. Those are the 4 teams on the bye week. So Now we're going to send it back to Marty here, and he's going to tell you the guys who usually start this week who you should sit.
Okay, starting off, we'll get 2 players from Chicago here. Got old Montgomery, running back. They're going against New Orleans this week, and New Orleans has only given up 60 yards a game on the ground. So he got kind of stifled last week versus the Rams. The Rams are a little bit better defense than New Orleans, so look for him to get a little less points than he got last week. And also, we said last week on the last video to sit Allen Robinson, and I believe we were correct. You should, of course, we were correct.
That's right.
And you should probably sit him this week too, because he's going to be covered like a nice, cozy snuggie by Lattimore. And the Saints are only giving up 240 passing yards a game.
That's going to be a tough matchup.
So sit Allen Robinson for the second week in a row. Sticking with the NFC North, going to go Kenny Golladay with Detroit, going against Indy. Indy's got the #1 ranked defense in all of football this year so far. They're only giving up 200 passing yards a game. So not too much to go around for old Stafford and the rest of the staff.
No, not at all.
Stafford and the staff.
Sounds like
and also for old TB Tampa Bay, we're going to sit Ronald Jones III versus they're going against the New York Giants. I know he's like, the New York Giants are horrible, but they got a stout front 7 on their defense.
Yeah.
They're only giving up 105 rushing yards a game. Divvy that up between the other players. I'm looking for RJ3 to get maybe 60 yards. That's about it.
Yeah.
Maybe not even a touchdown. Yeah. Brady will be passing all over the place on Sunday.
Yes, he will.
Going back to LA, Bobby Trees, Robert Woods, sit him versus Miami. We were correct about sitting him last week versus Chicago. Sit him this week versus Miami. Miami's only given up 19 total points a game this year. Very good for them.
Yeah.
So that's less than 3 touchdowns. Divvied up between all the players. Sit Robert Woods. Guys, the ding, ding, ding. Are you kidding me? Sit this week. Lamar Jackson, quarterback for the Ravens. Yeah. Sit him this week versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's only given up 217 passing yards a game and 69 rushing yards a game. So with him being the threat of the running the ball and passing the ball, Pittsburgh's just not giving up a lot of yards this year. They have a really great defense. Minka is just playing lights out this year. He's doing a phenomenal job. So we think you should sit Lamar Jackson and try to pick up somebody off the waiver wire, anybody you can, but sit Lamar Jackson this week, kind of our big, wow, are you kidding me, sit this week. So now Tyler's going to go over some bench players you should probably put in your starting lineup this week due to their matchups.
You know what's awesome is the last time we talked about Mika Fitzpatrick, he took it back to the house for a 6. So I mean,
that's right.
That was kind of cool. It was like, all right, we talked about him. Oh yeah, interception, take the house for a 6. You know, no big deal, everyday thing. So, this week we're going to elevate into your starters. So we have 3 quarterbacks this week that we're really high on for that one. The first one is Jimmy G for San Francisco 49ers. As we know, Seattle Seahawks, they give up the most passing yards in the league. They give up almost 400 yards per game. The Niners have a great matchup. They're going to go to Seattle. So this is going to be a Jimmy G, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk game. So if you have any of those guys, go ahead and start them and play them. Next guy we're going to roll into, I know I said 3 quarterbacks, but since I said Brandon Ayuk, if you have him for the San Francisco 49ers, he's on your bench, on your waivers this week, go ahead and pick him up, put him in. He's going to play. He's going to have a great game. He's going to start. I'm gonna go out there and say he's gonna have 1 touchdown, and I'm gonna go out there and say George Kittle has 2. So I'm just gonna throw it out there for you. Another quarterback who we're really high on this week is Baker Mayfield. They play the Las Vegas Raiders this week. The Las Vegas Raiders are giving up 283 yards passing per game. So with that being said, Baker Mayfield, we saw how good of a game he had last week with his 5 touchdowns. So he's gonna keep rolling this week. And also we're gonna link him up with his receiver that he had last week. He had 6 catches for 111 yards. Which is Rashard Higgins. If you have him on your waiver wire, pick him up. I just picked him up on one of my leagues. I am playing him with confidence. I know he's going to crush it against the Las Vegas Raiders. They struggle in the secondary. They don't have a whole lot of they don't have a very good unit back there. So if you got the Browns this week, if you can link them up as well, that'd be a great week to do that. You're going to play with confidence. They're going to have great weeks. They're going to get you some good points there. The third quarterback we have on the list is Teddy Bridgewater or Teddy Two Gloves, as we like to call them around here. So this week they play. This week they played the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons gave up 333 yards per game, and on that note too, as well, they gave up they have one of the highest scoring defenses. They gave up 35 points a week too, as well. So if you have Teddy Two Gloves, expect 300 yards, expect 3 touchdowns at minimum, maybe even more. So he's going to be a top quarterback this week. And actually, in one of the videos later this week, we're going to tell you exactly where he's going to rank. So check it out for later this week. You're definitely going to like the rankings. You've got Teddy B. So just a little sneak preview. Running back that we're really high on this week, if you got him, Boston Scott Boston Scott from Philly. Let me slow down here. They play the Dallas Cowboys this week. The Dallas Cowboys have a tough time stopping the run, and they just traded Everson Griffin. So it's going to make it even worse for them. So they gave up 178 yards on the ground per game. Just a comparison to the Indianapolis Colts, they gave up 200 yards in the air per game. So just kind of give you an idea on that one. And then 2 other guys we're high on this week. One is Marquez Valdes-Scantling, the wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. This week they're going to play Minnesota. Minnesota gives up 289 yards per game in the passing. Obviously, Devontae Adams is there. He's not going to get all 289 yards. It's got to go to somewhere else. Marquez Scantling is going to be a great choice to pick up this week. Also, our personal play of the week, the guy who we think is going to blow the roof off the fantasy ceiling, but not just with 1, but 2 touchdowns this week. We're going to go for a big prediction here, and it's somebody who you're not going to think. He plays for the Las Vegas Raiders, Henry Ruggs III. The rookie this week, we think is going to go off. We think that he's going to absolutely take the roof, take the top off the Browns. He's going to have 2 touchdowns. He's going to have a huge part of that passing game. The Browns gave up almost 300 yards a game passing. So look for the Browns and Raiders game to be high scoring, high efficiency, high volume. Look for Derek Carr having a good game too as well. If we didn't make our top 3, he was right there. Look for all those guys to have some big points this week. And last but not least, we got to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles again and Travis Fulgham. If you have him, go ahead and play him. The Cowboys also give up 35 points per game, which is tops in the league, right up there with Atlanta. And they also give up 230 yards per game in the air too as well. So look for Carson Wentz to have a really nice game. His main receiver right now is Travis Fulgham, because basically by default, because they have literally nobody else in that wide receiver room anymore. So those are the guys that you take from your sits to your starts this week. There you go. We gave them all that good information there, man. So that was a lot to go through.
A lot of good stuff. Yeah, I think Ruggs is going to kill it this week. So
yeah,
get him, start him.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't play with confidence, man. Like, we do our research. Everything we do is by numbers and facts. We don't just pull it up. We don't just pull it out of the top of our heads. So we have all the numbers, all the facts. Yeah, we just do. Doesn't happen that way. So, anyways, we hope you all enjoyed the video. We hope you all learned something, got some good facts. Hopefully, we help some of you make some of those tough lineup decisions. Maybe some guys that sit that you're on the border with, and vice versa.
Yeah. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell icon right down at the bottom of the right over there.
Yeah. Do it.
Notified of all our new videos. All right. So we need all your help, all the help we can get right now. We're just trying to get started. So
yes.
And please comment, good, bad, indifferent.
Yeah.
We're not some snowflakes that are going to get hurt by bad comments. So we take everything with a grain of salt. So
hey,
leave us whatever comments you like. So
we embrace the suck. So we know we're going to look even better. So, and for everybody who's been with us from the very beginning, thank you very much. We really appreciate your support. We're going to get better. We're going to get bigger. But you're at the ground floor here of something very special. So thank you all very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all have a good day.
So, all right. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. Enjoy.